Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Learning Summit podcast, where we explore the future of work, learning, and leadership. I'm Alex, and today we're diving into a topic that's reshaping organisations around the globe: leading remote teams. Remote work was meant to be a utopia of flexibility and freedom. But surprising new data reveals that 76% of companies are mismanaging their remote workforce. So what's going wrong, and how can we fix it? To unpack these questions, we're tuning into a thought-provoking conversation between James and Taara on Leading from Afar. They'll explore the trust gap in remote teams, the pitfalls of digital micromanagement, and how successful companies are thriving by leaning into autonomy, asynchronous communication, and virtual culture building. Let's jump in.
Remote work was supposed to be our future utopia of freedom and flexibility. But shocking new data shows 76% of companies are completely mismanaging their remote teams. Today, we're exploring why this massive workplace experiment is failing and how to fix it.
That's really interesting timing, because I just saw that despite those management challenges, 99% of remote workers still want to continue working remotely for the rest of their careers. There's clearly a disconnect happening here.
Well, you know what's fascinating about that disconnect? It often comes down to trust. Companies are trying to replicate traditional office oversight in a digital world, and it's backfiring spectacularly.
That makes me think about all those stories of companies installing monitoring software to track their remote workers' every move.
Oh man, don't even get me started on that. You know what the data shows? Companies that focus on monitoring actually see a 30% drop in productivity compared to those using outcome-based management approaches.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up. This whole shift from monitoring hours to measuring actual results. How are the most successful companies making that transition?
Well, it's pretty fascinating actually. The companies seeing the best results are doing something counterintuitive. They're giving their remote workers more autonomy, not less. Like take Buffer, for example. They've gone completely remote and seen their productivity increase by 40% after implementing what they call deep work periods.
You know what, though? I have to wonder about the flip side. How do they maintain team cohesion and culture when everyone's working independently?
So, here's where it gets really interesting. The most successful remote companies are actually investing heavily in what they call structured socialization. They're using platforms like Event Anywhere to create these amazing virtual spaces where team members can connect spontaneously, just like they would in an office kitchen.
That reminds me of something I read about companies using virtual coffee breaks to build relationships across time zones.
Exactly right. And what's really cool is how they're using technology in creative ways. Like some companies are using voice notes for asynchronous team updates, which means team members in different time zones can stay connected without having to be online at the same time.
Well, that certainly solves one of the biggest challenges I've heard about: managing teams across multiple time zones.
You know what's really wild? Companies that embrace asynchronous communication actually report 23% higher employee satisfaction rates. It's like they've cracked the code on work-life balance.
Though I imagine it must be challenging for managers to adapt to this new style of leadership.
Oh man, you're hitting on something crucial there. The data shows that 82% of managers feel less confident leading remote teams compared to in-person ones. But here's the kicker. It's often because they're trying to use old management techniques in a new environment.
That was James and Taara on Leading from Afar, and what a timely and eye-opening conversation. From outcome-based leadership to the power of asynchronous updates and virtual connection, it's clear the future of work isn't just about where we work, it's about how we lead. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone navigating the remote work journey. Thanks for joining us on the Learning Summit podcast. I'm Alex, and we'll see you next time as we continue exploring bold ideas shaping the future of learning and leadership. You can access further resources at webanywhere.com